Let's do some quick math. If you practice 5 days a week and you spend the first 10 minutes of each session figuring out what to work on, that's 50 minutes a week gone. Over a year, that's more than 40 hours of practice time lost to indecision. Not because of bad technique, not because of the wrong exercises, just because you didn't have a plan. And that's before we count the sessions where you did have a direction, but it was the wrong one, where you run the same groove you already know, you play through a feel that still doesn't land, and walked away feeling like you practiced when really you just played. Those feel productive, but they not. If you got a full-time job and a family, 20 minutes might be all you get. And that's fine. Research on music learning is clear that short, focused sessions build more than long, scattered ones. But only if those sessions have structure. So what I want to show you today is a fixed 20-minute block split into 4 simple parts where every minute has one job. No guessing, no wasted time, just a clear plan you can use every single session. Think of it, most busy drummers sit down, play through a groove they're comfortable with, maybe try a feel that doesn't quite land, run it a few more times, and then the session ends. They feel like they practice, but if you ask them what got better today, they cannot tell you. See, the problem isn't talent or motivation. It's that when there is no structure, you default to what's comfortable, and comfortable doesn't create progress. It just confirms what you already know. This is where micro-milestones come in. A micro-milestone is a small, measurable win you can hit inside a single session. Not, I'll get better at feels today. That's too vague. Something like, okay, better, like I'll play this feel cleanly 3 times in a row at 70 BPM. That's a target. You either hit it or you don't. You live with a number, not just a feeling. One focused thing made slightly better in a measurable way beats touching 10 things and improving none of them. So let's get into the routine. The routine is 4 blocks. Each block has one job, and together they take just 20 minutes. Don't think of it as a long session. Think of it as 4 small ones. Block 1 is your warm-up, and it takes 3 minutes. No metronome pressure, no goals, no evaluating anything. You're just waking your hands and feet up. Play some slow, relaxed single strokes, move around the kit gently, check your posture and grip. You're not trying to improve anything here. You're just getting your body ready to work. Block 2 is the heart of the session. This is your focused skill work, and it gets 10 minutes. This is where you pick one thing and work on it properly. One thing only, not 2 things, not a feel and a groove, one thing. And you work on it with a metronome at a tempo where you can play it clean. Here's how the micro-milestone system works inside this block. You pick a tempo where the thing you're working on feels controlled, not comfortable, controlled. You play it cleanly 3 times in a row at a tempo. Once you hit 3 clean reps, you bump the metronome up 2 or 3 BPM, and then you do it again. That's it. That's the whole system. Clean 3 times, move up a little, clean 3 times again. You're not chasing speed, you're building control one small step at a time. And by the end of 10 minutes, you know exactly where you finished because now you have a number. Now the question is, what should you actually put inside block 2? And honestly, it can be anything that matters to your playing. A groove you want to clean up, a feel from a song you love, a tricky section that keeps falling apart. The important thing is that you're working on something you actually care about, because that's what keeps you coming back. But the bigger point is how you practice it, because if your timing is shaky, if you cannot stay with the metronome, or if things fall apart the moment you try to connect a groove to a feel, then it doesn't really matter what exercise you choose. And that's where the Backbeat Code System comes in. It's being built to help you practice with more structure, understand what is going wrong with your playing, stay with the pulse, and know when to keep working on something or when it's time to move on. So block 2 can start with something simple. Pick something you like, slow it down, measure it, and work on it properly. And if you want the full system behind that approach, the waitlist link is below. Block 3 is musical application, and it gets 5 minutes. You take what you just worked on and you put into a real musical context. If you were working on a feel, you play groove to feel to groove, and you go back to the beat without stopping. If you are working on a groove pattern, you play along to a track. The goal here is simple. What you practice in block 2 needs to start feeling like music, not just an exercise. 5 minutes is enough. You're not perfecting it, you're connecting it to something real. Block 4 is 2 minutes, and most drummers skip it entirely. That's why they repeat the same session week after week. Write down what you worked on, what tempo you reached, and what to start with next time. That's it. Next time you sit down, the decision is already made before you walk in. And that last point is actually the most important part of this whole routine. Block 2 needs to be decided before you sit down at the kit, not when you're already there. When you're already there, the temptation to just play is too strong. Decide the night before, decide in the car on the way home, but decide before you sit down. 20 minutes feels short, but short and focused beats long and scattered every time. The goal is not to finish tired, it's to finish knowing exactly what to improve. Micro milestones give you that. A number, a tempo, a clean run. Guys, something real. 5 focus sessions a week builds more than one long Sunday grind. You don't need more time, you just need a better plan. Warm up, focus on one thing, apply it musically, log it. That's the whole routine. If you're still not sure what to put in block 2 or feel lost in the practice room more generally, join the Backbeat Code System waitlist. Link is below. Now watch this next video and keep moving your drumming forward. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.